Okay. So let me import again couple of images or anything. Let me just take this one now. Later I can take the footages. So I need to import this here and FX. So I think in generate we have seen keying, we have seen. Okay, matte is another thing. Noise and grain. Let's go with noise and grain. Let's see how does this looks. Okay. So add grain. Now, if you look into this situation, this one, compared to this and this, this is a preview box. Okay. Viewing mode, it is preview. Okay. Final output means entire thing. It will add grain. Only preview. Observe this difference between this and this. Here grain is there. Only preview. Now it is kind of smooth. Okay.
Yes.
Now, if I add to final output, you get to grain here. Able to see grain here? See, there's a lot of grains. Okay. Now, I'll just change this to preview. See, this is smooth, only grains are here. See, are you able to see this? Here it is smooth. Now, when you move the box, you get grains over there. Means this is only for a preview purpose. Okay. So basically, it is adding more and more grains. So intensity of grains you can increase. See, the grains intensity is more. Understood? You can increase or decrease the size of grains. Means there are certain footages where you can increase grains and all. Okay. Okay, grains animation speed also you can do. Animation of the grain. So can you see this grain?
Yes.
Okay, this is an effect. Okay, adding grain. Now I don't know, so grain dust scratches. So kind of old movie style. You can add more and more dust scratches and all. Okay, for the footage. So that's the one. So fractal noise, it works not only on image, it will work on the solid as well. Okay. So you can animate this noise and all. 1702. Fractal type basic, turbulent. Okay. So turbulence basic. You can see there are many types are there. Dynamic. Okay. Max, smear. Like different type of fractals are there. And moreover, the evolution also you can define. This also looks good. Okay. So complexity, it will define, means how do you want. Evolution animation you can define. Blend with the original one, you can even decide that. On top of this, can you see this? This is output you get. Okay, and here, let me animate this for another 5 seconds. Let me animate this. Okay, now see the output. Can you see there is a movement here?
Mhm.
Can you see this noise movements and all? So this is another sort of output, which you can achieve. It's an effect. Okay, fractal noise. Similarly, match grain, median, legacy, noise. So the best option in this best effect is, remove gain here is there. So adding noise and all will give detail to the footage. Okay. I'll go with match grain. Let's say, for example, when you're doing compositing from one layer to another layer, you need to match grain also. So for that, you can take this. So for example, noise source layer, you need to pick a layer. It's in preview. Let's say for in another footage, you have a different sort of noise. So there's another image. So what I'll do, I'll select this and the effect. Source you can pick from other. That noise will be there. Now instead of preview, if I give final output, you see that noise is there on this image. This image is having certain amount of noise, right? Like wavy effect. See that noise is already been applied on this. So when you are working on a compositing with multiple layer, so if one object is there without noise, means that looks completely different. So in that case, you have to apply this. Okay. Okay, I add multiply in this so that you can see a noise effect like this. Okay. And this is one output. So match grain, that's what you have, shadows, midtones, highlights and all. Just you can try. Meanwhile, you can do animation as well in this. So I'll just key here. So when you play this, obviously, it takes some time to play. Can you see some noise now?
Yes.
So for example, in your TV, if any old earlier shooted content is there, let's say for example, when you're watching a movie or any footage which is of 1990s or 2000 or bit older one, you get to see some noise in that footage. So that kind of effect, kind of historic effect and all we can create using this noise or match grain. Okay. So median is nothing but, you can add. Okay. See, this is the output. It's kind of smudge. Okay. Kind of soften entire thing. Understood? So now I'll give even more. I'll increase this median radius. See. So anyhow, you can animate all these things and all, like revealing output. Let's say I just click this here. I'll come to this seconds. I'll make this 0. So it's revealing everything. Slowly it is revealing. So slowly more and more details are appearing. Okay. Anyhow, it's rendering. Let it render. Okay. Let me just go to this frame. So can you see this? It's revealing now clearly, like this. Okay. I turn off this median. I'll go to other one. Let's go to noise. Now we can add certain footage of certain noise to the footage. So overall, you can add some amount of noise. See. Because there are some footages, like for example, if you take uh, so soft, so clean footage means you don't get to see some depth. But if you add some noise, okay, so it will add few alpha channels means you can see here when you add this kind of noise for the pixels, see some black areas will be appeared. This looks so flat, plain here. But when you add, some dark areas will appear. Okay, that will give kind of a depth. Okay, that's the reason, we'll add noise. Okay. So noise is done. This is of alpha. This is very important effect. Remove rain. So you can take certain images or footages, those things. Let's say, for example, when you are taking pretty old images, like this kind of images. Okay. So let me save this image. Okay, I'm saving this image. This is a deep, bit old image, so the camera clarity is not good when this has been taken. So those images, this kind of images, we can remove certain amount of noise in this. Okay, so what I'll do, select this, right click, noise and grain, remove grain. Okay, guys, now look here. This is the actual image, right? See, this is the actual image. how much noise is there, and this is the area where the noise has been removed. Up to some extent we can remove. So now your preview mode is there. Now make it final output. See, can you see the changes? This happened for the image, same thing it can happen for the footage as well. Are you able to see this? Velile Jabulo.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
see the
sir.
difference here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see the quality here?
Yes, sir.
I'll do one thing. Let me place this one here. I'm duplicating this and I'll place this one here. One I remove grain. Okay, now you get to see. This is with noise. This is the original image on the right hand side with noise. On the left hand side is a image where we have added a effect called remove noise, remove grain. Okay. So now we can we'll enhance this even more. We'll enhance this. Go to noise reduction settings. You have to increase number of passes here. When you add more passes, it will filter even more. Okay. You have fine tuning option. Texture detail I can increase even more. No, let's reduce. Clean solid areas. Noise, chroma suppression. Okay, see the difference. For this image anyhow I can add even contrast and all. I can increase contrast by adding an effect called color correction. You can add contrast and all. You guys see the difference. This is the one which the original footage with a lot of grains. Okay, so this is the one with reduction of the grain. Okay,
Yes.
fine. So you can do this. So I want you to work on noise and grain. You have to take a grain footage. So in YouTube you will be getting. Okay, this is a very important example, noise and grain. Okay, see here, reduce grain. Okay, for example, any footage, denoising, noising, uh, old footage. Old video footage, green screen or old video footage effect. Just take, you can take any old video. Okay, just take any video, old video. Okay, with film scratch or dirt or overlay, this kind of thing. Take any old video, add denoising effect or grain removal. Okay, effect. So you have to show the old footage first, then after applying the effect. Before after, how does it look? Like that effect you have to create. Okay. So for today's assignment, it is remove grain in videos or footage. Okay, so I want you guys to work on this. So then let's go to other one. Turbulent noise. You can add a lot of noise. This is turbulent noise, another one. Okay, so you have noise animation when you do with this evolution. It looks good. Okay, so similarly, turbulent smooth. If you have the other options, this is cloudy. So this kind of noise effects and all, it is good when we are working on particle simulations and all. It looks really good. Okay. So blending mode, I'll do multiply. This looks like this. Okay. This is turbulent noise. Okay, that's nice. So just work in noise. So we have covered this noise and grain. Okay. Just check this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You have certain absolute things. You have perspective. Absolute, certain parts we'll see later. We will see rest of the things. So basic 3D for effect. See now you have a depth like this kind of animation. This is swivel. This is tilt. Okay, you can do this kind of actions and all. Okay, distance to image. This is the image. Okay, it has been given a 3D depth here. Please, audio into markers. Just a minute, guys. Okay guys, this is for basic 3D. So apologize, there was a disturbance here. Okay, I'll go to basic text. So it's nothing but you just add a text over here. We'll connect once this is done. Okay, I'll enter the name. So I'll increase the size of this. Okay. So the best part is, can you see whatever image is there on that image? You see how does this looks? Okay, stroke, stroke color, stroke width, and size. Okay. Understood. You can do something like this. This is only fill only text, and you can just move the text apart from the images. X-axis, Y-axis you can define. Okay, that's here. Okay, tracking. Tracking is nothing but the positioning of this. Okay. So
Yes.
what I'll do, initially let our tracking be like this. So you can have this kind of animation. Okay, you can try this. This is basic text. Okay. Similarly, you have color key, Gaussian blur and all. Color key is, see, you have seen this in keying already. So you can take out certain area. Color tolerance you can give. Edge feather I'm increasing. Edge thin, not thin. I don't want to thinning. Feather let me reduce. Thinning is 0. Okay. So color tolerance, let me work on tolerance part. Okay, see guys, the background image is this one, foreground is this. I removed this here by just with a color key. Okay,
Yes.
so this looks like this. Getting so directly this leads to ocean, something like that. So this is under absolute, you have this one color key. So next you have lightning. So we have seen this lightning and all earlier. So the start point I'll place here, end point I'm gonna place here. Okay, you have a lightning effect. So amplitude level or detail level. Okay. Amplitude. Amplitude level means is noise level. I just reduce the noise level. Okay. And branching scenario wherein you get branching section in between here like this. See? Okay. So actually this should come here. This should go here. this should be here like this. So when you play, see the branching section is like this. So the simulation, the animation is so fast. Let me reduce. Segments is fine. Amplitude, let me reduce even. Okay. Speed and all you can reduce. Yeah, speed here it is there. Let me reduce the speed. Okay. Speed it is 4. I'll reduce again. Super fast. So let's see. So you can animate like this and it can go. Okay, it can come like this and all of a sudden you can animate. This we have seen earlier. What rest? Okay, blending mode, it can be screen. Something like you can create. Okay. So this is lighting. Already lighting we have seen this in Chandra. Light burst, some light rays. We have seen this. Okay, fine. In absolute we have Gaussian blur. It's nothing but blur only. Okay. So it's kind of a smooth blur. Okay. For example, when you
Yes.
want to create a depth of field between uh, one element to another. So normally nowadays in a high-end camera, in a latest phone, you have a portrait mode, right? When you take a selfies or when you capture certain things, there is a mode called portrait mode. What portrait mode will do? It will keep our face and all in the front and the background bit far. The depth it will give, so that the output looks good. Hope you have seen that in your phone, mobile phone, right?
Yes.
Portrait mode. You guys are using the latest phone only, right? Hmm?
Mine does have portrait mode.
Your phone is having portrait mode.
It does have does say portrait.
Okay, okay, fine, good. You try. Okay, it's very simple. Just here, what you have to do: increase more blur, okay, and keep some element here in the foreground, like this, like this, simple. So I need to smoothen this because that's what you get. The background and this, uh, it will be having certain amount of depth, like this. Okay, so that's portrait. Okay, Gaussian blur. So lightning. Okay, Luma key and all we have seen already. Try this Luma. Earlier we have done using keying. Okay, path text is Okay, it's like this.